You know what I mean? With his A's green on. It's St. Patty's Day. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Jay Lou, who just did a fantastic podcast with our other guest host, young Artavon's brother, Ashcon, and Polymac. Go check that out. They compare bands to Bay Area squads, Bay Area teams. Everybody was entertained by it. It was all good. It was all gravy. It was all love. Go check that out under the Humm Daddies Everything. Art, oddly representing the 49ers, as I guess he's a 49ers fan now, even though he trolls 49ers fans when his Chiefs beat them in the Super Bowl. He's a weirdo that way, but we just kind of rock with it one way or the other, NBD. So we got Artavon, we got Jacob Lucas, we got Zachariah, we got Heat Check. Episode number 10, gentlemen. That's a slight weight milestone. We're talking double digits now, boys.
Hey, happy number 10, guys. Happy number 10. I can't believe we made it this far. And we have the final of the WBC going on right now. And Venezuela looks like they're going to take it. I can tell you.
All the things that we said, happy 10th, boys.
Happy 10th. You're still on Mars 10 episodes later, dog.
Okay.
It's funny. Zach was perfect.
Artavon, if you're wondering,
broadcasting live, it went to shit.
All right. Went to crap. I'm sorry, boys. Anyways, Artavon is currently dealing with a corned beef meal that he's making. Even though he looks Irish, he's not Irish. I don't know why he's celebrating with corned beef for his family, but I'm not going to knock it one way or the other. We do have one Irish buddy named Sean. If Sean's listening, shout out to Sean. Artie, why, in fact, do we even know what St. Patrick's Day is? Because I honestly have no clue.
Not a goddamn chance that I know what St. Patrick's Day represents. So Jake hopefully can let us know in a moment. But what I will tell you is I know what the traditional meal is. It's some corned beef, it's some cabbage, it's some potatoes. And I know that my friend Sean Fabian makes one hell of a corned beef and cabbage. And I know he makes one hell of a Reuben. And so I said, what better than to introduce this to my beautiful family this year? I'm one hell of a cook. I know I can boil some shit. That's about as easy as it gets. So I got my recipe from Sean. I got my corned beef a couple days ago. I got my ingredients. I drizzled some mustard seed in there. I drizzled some peppercorns in there. I got my garlic in there. I got my onions quartered. You know what I'm saying? I got it all ready to go. And now this is the funny thing, what we're doing, you know, and as a cook, I'm willing to go here. I don't think it was quite ready. All right. I put the potatoes in, put the cabbage in. I don't want them to sit in for an hour and a half. So what I did, I turned the whole damn thing off, but kept the lid on, and I said, I'm going to check this thing after the show. It is certainly not supposed to cook another hour and a half, but in my gut, it's going to be all good. It's going to suck up those juices. It's going to sit in there on low, and we're going to have a hell of a St. Patty's Day dinner, and I'm going to have a hell of a Reuben tomorrow. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're not going to interrupt the show with it. We're just going to enjoy it.
But in the meantime, what are your kids and your wife doing from 7 to 8:30 without dinner?
My wife is going to figure it out, choose her own adventure. I got some dinos for young Levi, and we got some spaghetti marinara.
Oh, okay. All right.
And yeah, I think the plan was always actually get them some food and then let them see if they like the corned beef and cabbage, because it was always a low probability of a full dinner.
This is Heat Check. We're a food podcast.
Okay, Jake, can you educate us on what St. Patrick's Day is?
Yeah, St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland. That's the
you know what that means. What's that mean?
That's all I got, but I think that's the main thing. And the color, they wear blue in Ireland instead of green, actually, on this day. And, look at these guys. You know what I mean?
Good knowledge. Yeah, you too. I know. We're trying to figure out the most famous Irishman is definitely Bono, right? I mean, not really a close second.
Well, you got Oscar Wilde. You got Philip Lynott of Thin Lizzy. Oh, you got Colin Farrell. You got Cillian Murphy. You got a lot of actors.
Yeah, the James Bond guy is Irish. Pierce Brosnan.
Brosnan, yeah, he is. Yep.
What about
and then I think
isn't that
Connery Scottish?
I think Liam Neeson too.
Liam Neeson's Irish. I think he's Northern Irish.
Too.
He's Northern Irish, which is a different country than Ireland.
Anyways, so we transition from St. Patrick's Day, already doing his corned beef cabbage thing. Jake giving us the lesson. I think he said something about St. Patrick driving the heart through something. And I guess that's what we celebrate. I don't know why we do that in America, but God bless regardless. But that leads us seamlessly into the transition of come join our March Madness Humm Daddies bracketology pool. All you have to do is Venmo me at Zachariah11, ZAKARIAH11. That's my handle on Venmo. Send me $20. I will send you the link to the bracket. I think we have double digits. We're somewhere I'm, might be nearing 20 or whatever. And then we're going to do 70, 30, and then your money back. And obviously I'm on the up and up. I'm not a criminal, so you don't have to worry about doing that. I have posted it on my Twitter at Zach Sports, ZAK Sports. And yeah.
Solid audio there.
Zach, your internet barely working at all. Your internet's barely working at all. So just to reiterate, join the Humm Daddies bracket. Venmo.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah. Venmo at Zachariah. We'll put it in the chat. It's all over Instagram. Venmo. Get your bracket link immediately sent to you. Fill it out. First place getting 70% of the money. Second place getting 30% of the money. Third place getting their money back. Most of the people, I think, in this pool are not aficionados, and I think you will do just well. Just join us, have fun with the Humm Daddies, and let's watch some March Madness. Let's get mad.
I'm really locked in on this baseball game. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. But Art, why don't you? Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not ideal timing, huh? What do we got going on right now?
And it's still sunny, dude. It's like 85 degrees outside.
Yeah, no, it totally tripped me out. I had a really busy day. It's bright out, and I was like, "What? We're going live in like 30 minutes." I was like, "Holy moly!"
Yeah. So I was outside at the water table with Jordy, just sun beating down on us, hot as shit.
So, what are you thinking for the tourney? Who, without knowing anything, where's your head at on this tourney? What are we doing in this tourney? Do you have a team you already know? Are you going to just look at teams and start doing it? Like for me, I know little enough to know what I'm going to do is start looking at matchups, thinking about past years of NCAA, teams I've liked, matchups I've seen, and start randomly doing shit and hope it all works. Where are you thinking you're going to start? Do you have a team you think's going all the way? Do you have a team you think's going to the Final Four?
Did Florida make it? They're pretty good this year.
You're asking the wrong gentleman here, Jake.
I'm a David Lee guy, and I bet the under Florida versus Alabama like 2 months ago. Shit covered by half a point. But yeah, that's the extent. Are you able to view
the chat right now? Because it feels like the chat's blowing up, but I can't see it.
Oh yeah. So John Joseph, what up? Rags, what up? Dom, what up?
For some reason, it's totally clear for me for the first time ever, and I don't know what's going. Oh, there we go. We're here. There we go. Great. Glad you got that chat going. So I am going to, if they're in the tournament, probably pick Kansas to go all the way because they're my traditional favorite team to root for. There's nothing better than thinking about, yes, yours truly, Paul Pierce. Then you get Jacques Vaughn, you get Rafe LaFrentz, you get Kirk Heinrich, you get Mario Chalmers, you get Drew Gooden,
baby.
You got so many Kansas Jayhawks that have just grinded in that tournament. I always liked that jersey from a young age. So if you give me a bracket that tells me Kansas has got a shot, there's a good chance I'm going there. We're definitely going to see, are you ranked 1 through 8 seed? If they are above an 8 seed, I'm going to probably watch Kansas take me all the way to the promised land. If they're like a lower than that, I don't know. I'm not really buying that a bottom 32 team is going to take me there.
Yeah, I mean, I used to ride with Kansas without even knowing, who's on the team anymore. But I kind of stopped. They haven't been that successful lately in the tournament.
No, they haven't. Anyone on the chat line?
Really good this year.
Who? Huh? Who?
BYU.
Anyone on the chat line know where Peja's son went? Or do you remember he was on Cal and he transferred?
Cal?
No, he transferred. Didn't he leave Cal?
No.
I think Peja left Cal.
Really? Because you got Pippen's son.
Peja Stojakovic, son.
Nah, I just saw him play like a couple weeks ago.
I could be tripping. Yeah,
let's talk Cal hoops.
Yeah, maybe
Randy
he transferred from Stanford. You know what is actually happening in the Bay Area that needs a legit shout out? And I know Zach actually knows a little bit more about this, so I'm a little disappointed he's not out here. Anybody who is on the line with us listening, I bet you don't know this, or if you do, tell me who your favorite players are, because goddamn it, Cal State East Bay. You got any idea what their record is right now, Jake?
No, I thought they were Cal State Hayward.
Whatever the hell they are, Cal State Hayward, Cal State East
No,
Bay.
I mean,
I believe they're Cal State East Bay. Yeah, they were Cal State Hayward like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Guess what their record is in the CCAA, Division II hoops?
24-6.
Oh no, it ain't. It is 33-0. They're on to the Elite Eight. They just beat Point Loma or something, and they have just a unbelievable storybook run going right in our backyard. And I just found out about it, and I freaking am in love with it. Just know
they made the tournament.
No. They're the CCAA, so they're like Division II, like UCS, UC Davis football. You know, they can't make the real tourney, so they're headed to Pittsburgh right now for the Elite Eight to go try and fucking rep the Bay, win that Division II tournament. They're 33-0. They got two local kids. They got one from Fairfield who transferred from University of Idaho, which is, you know, right here by WSU, also the home of the triple homicide murder at that house. I mean, people know the triple homicide murder in Idaho. It was a crazy murder.
That's what you're claiming for Washington State?
I'm just saying, that's what they're
You could go Clay Thompson or you could go triple homicide.
Yeah, and anyway, he left there. He said that triple homicide was too much. Let me get back to Cal State East Bay and let me lead these boys. And we got a boy from Fairfield, pretty sick. He's leading. He's one of the key players. He's not leading the team by any means, but he gets good run. We got a kid from Dublin who does not get good run, but he's probably living his dream, having fun. A lot of players from all over. We got some people from SoCal that transferred. So I don't know if Cal State East Bay and schools of that nature actually like bring recruits. I was surprised how many people are not from the Bay. It seems like they bring people from all over and put together one hell of a squad.
Well, if they're like picking guys from Fairfield and Dublin, it seems like they're looking at the outskirts, because that's not usually where you find talent, Dublin and Fairfield. But it seems to be working, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that's their only two from the Bay. I don't think they had any other Bay Area cats. So I think it's mostly recruits, and then the other Bay Area cats are probably hitting some of them bigger schools. They're like, I ain't staying at Cal State East Bay. I'm about to go do my thizzle somewhere else.
I wonder if they're like looking at dudes from Arcadia, like they have the outskirts of SoCal too, like San Gabriel Valley.
I think they do. They have. I'm blanking on that name. It starts with like a C. I'm just sounding like such an idiot, and I hate sounding like an idiot. It's like Kuka.
Compton?
No, I wouldn't sound like an idiot to say Compton. That would be easy. It's not Chula Vista. It's like,
Calabasas?
It's not. Anyway, I saw some SoCal freaking outskirts out on there when I was looking at the hometown. I was just looking more. Anyway, I just wanted to give them a shout out. I think they deserve a shout out. I had to give that shout out.
Nice.
Cal State East Bay, 33-0, representing the Bay. So much representation from the Bay these days everywhere. And we got one more for you, Division II hoop. Let's not pretend it don't matter. I know in the world of sports, we don't really care, but these kids are, the second best group of athletes at that age. They're absolute ballers, and they're out there living their dream. And so I thought that was just worth mentioning.
Yeah,
I was letting the folks know about Cal State East Bay. I know you mentioned it to me. I don't know if you got any little tidbits you wanted to share on Cal State East Bay. If you do, please do. If not, we can move into the next topic. I know that all of us are excited for the bracket. We're pumped for the bracket. Join the bracket. Rags, Dom, everybody on the chat line, join the bracket. Let's have some fun. But if you got any last words on Cal State East Bay, Z?
How's Mars?
Yeah, I'll take that as a no. All right.
I feel like Zach's in Interstellar right now. Zach.
We don't have Z, right? Because I can move us on to the next topic if you'd like. Shall we?
Go ahead. What is it?
Shall talk about what you are watching, Mr. Lucas Leonardo.
Well,
World Baseball Classic. I got some tidbits I want to talk about. I feel like we did not do the World Baseball Classic service on our last pod. I know we all talked about feeling a little shitty about that we covered it. We didn't even get to talk about Mark DeRosa really blowing it, which was pretty pathetic. And the U.S. is really lucky to have been able to escape such a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake as a manager. And so I want to get into that a little bit. But generally speaking, you know, I'm curious to talk a little bit. I know it's, you know, time flies so fast these days, and it's old news before we know it. But I'd love to talk a little bit DR versus USA. Your thoughts on that game? Talk a little bit about DeRosa and his choke job, and then just talk a little bit about the tournament and ready in general, and sort of like where you're at with it. I know we've touched on it, but to me, some of what we're hearing from the players is incredible. How serious they're taking it. And
the Latin countries take it real serious.
Well, Aaron Judge
is up right now.
Said, I mean, and we'll get to that in a second. But Aaron Judge has been really talking up this World Baseball Classic too. But let's put a pin in that, and let's start up top. Let me get your thoughts on, or let me tell you my thoughts on this. Let's go in chronological order. Okay, there's three things that happened. U.S. moved on.
Took Venezuela's oil, and now Venezuela is beating the U.S. in the 8th inning. Talk about a revenge game.
Why is Zach gone again? His internet was looking good. Anyhow, I do want to talk about this DeRosa thing. Give me 1 minute about it, because I just had a thought that was super odd to me, because it's not in my competitive nature to do something this ridiculous. But for everybody out there, I'm assuming you all know, USA was ridiculous. They sat their players. They sort of didn't try to win a game. Mark DeRosa very publicly said it didn't matter. They were already in the next round. And there was a very simple scenario where they didn't make the next round. And I just want to ask both of you, we already went over giving Mark DeRosa a hard time. We don't need to do that. It's obvious that it was pathetic. In my heart of hearts, if I'm Mexico or Italy, I know if I was younger, I'd say, fuck this, we're playing the game. But like, really? Is that more competitive than actually just saying, no, let's just make sure we both advance? Like, I really, in the back of my head, feel like both teams should have colluded. Like, I don't know why, if you're in a situation where you can guarantee yourself to make it in the next round of a tournament, why you wouldn't. And it just got me tripping, because I know most people out there would say, hell no, that's Bush League, it's pathetic. I think in my heart of hearts, I sort of agree. But I got the devil's advocates that can't stop talking to me that's saying, no, you're kidding yourself. If you have a guaranteed path to the next round, why in God's name are you not taking that? And I'm just curious your thoughts. Is that voice crazy? Because is it crazy that we had that tie game they could have done in the NFL a couple years ago and they didn't do it, right? When both teams could have made the playoffs, I think was the case. And instead one eliminated the other. Like, I don't know. I'm just curious. Jake, where are you at with that? Is it just complete?
I like the idea of kind of playing with fire, you know? I mean, in the NFL, in the last couple of weeks, people try to match up with the team they want, you know, and they sit people. It's kind of, you know, similar, but and they flirt with getting eliminated. I think that's happened before. Like, a team sits guys because they figure, you know, everything's going to work out, and then crazy shit happens and they get eliminated. That happened to, I believe, the Chargers a few years ago. But anyway,
is how Bush League would be. You're Italy. You're the manager. You're Mexico. You can guarantee you're both going on the next round and get USA out of there. Why not just have a little conversation? Say you want to go to the next round?
Well, that's collusion, Artie.
I know, but you're into the next round.
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of indifferent, honestly. I can just hear you ran on this. It's not really, you know, I don't know.
No, really, it doesn't do it for you. You don't find it.
No, this is a topic. I'd rather hear about your stew or your hash.
Okay. Well then, Zach, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, can you hear me and can you see me? I don't know what's going on with my. You got me? Am I here?
We can hear you. Just talk.
Okay. I would say this. First of all, I don't think it was that easy. I mean, yeah, they could have colluded before the game and said, we'll win by X amount and then both of us will advance. But there was still a situation where Italy could have been eliminated. So
if
it wasn't
just they did that, there was.
I mean, they would have. All right. Yeah. There was still an opportunity that Italy could have been eliminated. So like they would have had to play the game to an exact score for both of them to move on, which would just be crazy. I mean, I think the bottom line is.
Oh no, but that's my point.
Yeah, but I think the bottom. But what what? So you let a guy steal home so that he gets a run, and then the final score is the exact amount, so that both of you guys go in. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Art. And to Jake's point, yes, I believe it was the Chargers and either the Chargers or the Broncos. I know for sure it was the Raiders, and one of them would have got in. They both could have got in if they had just tied. And I heard talking heads saying, why don't they just kneel every down and then both teams get into the offs? But like, that's not sports. That's not, I mean, that's not the spirit of the game.
You play to win the game.
You know what
exactly.
What did Steve Young do to win a record? What did Steve Young do to win a record? Your favorite player. What did he do to win a record?
That's a good point. That's why
he played in a game.
Hashtag
he threw a few
passes
passes
of the blank.
And immediately came out to win the passer rating record and break Montana's record. What did he do in 1994 Super Bowl? He acted like a little punk because he's such a little brother.
I thought he 6 touchdowns
and tried to make in a blowout that he didn't need to. Joe Montana didn't stay in his game.
He got pulled in the.
Joe Montana doesn't play in his game. So I'm just telling you, it happens all the time. There's punks all over the place. Everybody was mad at Bam Adebayo yesterday for doing what he did. It wasn't yesterday. Game. So
what did he do yesterday?
We should actually touch on that. Now that the dust is settled, and by the way, big apologies to our audience. We love our heat check. We love our heat check, Humm Daddies audience, but apologize because we were dealing with that shit in like real time, and I'd like to get way more into the DeRosa shit that you guys just kind of brushed over. No. And wasn't he a part of your 2010 championship team? Anyways, the Bam Adebayo thing, he got a lot of flack for it. Spoelstra came out and said, I'm apologizing to nobody. Bam came out and said, I'm apologizing to nobody. I do think the last 3 minutes of that game was a bit of a circus and a bit of a mockery of basketball. So I can see the critiques in that. But in general, you get 83, you get 83, right?
Look at his numbers, though, dude. It wasn't efficient at all. He was less than 20% from three. He shot
terrible from three. Way too many free throws. I know. I
mean, but that's efficiency. What do you mean? Points per shot were efficient.
Shooting 27% from three is efficient?
Yeah, it is. If you shoot 43 shots,
he didn't even shoot 50% from the floor.
Doesn't matter. He shot 40. He got 2 points per shot he took. He shot 40 shots
Artie,
and had 8
you cannot.
points. You don't know what efficiency
Artie,
is.
you cannot look.
You don't know what efficiency means if you don't know that's efficient. If you're getting 2 points per shot taken, that's efficient.
No,
fair enough. We can disagree. Let's agree on this. If you're
on
I don't
a
agree
heater,
that he had an efficient night.
Yeah, if you score 80, I expect you to be on a heater. You know, not that you took 100.
He was on the line 43 times. He was on a heater.
And that's so
not less than 50% of the field. That by itself means it's inefficient.
That's not how you define efficiency, dude. The free throw line don't matter anymore.
Anyways, can we agree on this? If he hadn't passed Kobe, there wouldn't have been as much backlash.
Dude, Kobe Bryant didn't get backlash.
I remember the Kobe game, though, being not very impressed either, because I think he took a ton of shots and only shot like.
His last 10 points, I believe, were from the free throw line.
And how about his last game?
I mean,
how about Kobe's last game? Everybody was so amazed, including
that was really inefficient.
The 60-pointer?
60 points on 50 shots.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you about the 50
That's terrible.
shots. Yeah, but everybody loves that he hit for 60. This is just this was everyone just hated on Bam. I think it's like I feel like the both and. Like I could see myself sitting in the position of hating on Bam, but it felt so much like today's society just to do it. It's like you got a dude that's out here that just hit for 83 and the world's reaction is you're a punk. Like, get out of here with that. Dude,
I don't think that's the case. I just think it wasn't like a special game. It didn't. I'm not hating on Bam at all. Like if you have that opportunity, go for it. But it just, he took every shot. It wasn't that special. Aaron Judge,
I think it was
home run.
Damn, you're ahead of me. Bryce Harper just went yaya. Bryce Harper just went yaya.
Bryce Harper. Never mind. Yeah.
Well, I'm so far behind you. I got a runner on first, 2 outs. We got a tie ball game. USA. Anyways, back to the Bam thing here just for a second because I want to get this off my chest.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Art. I'm on like super delay.
Harper stopped while he was rounding the bases. He stopped at third and just basked. That was cool.
Well, I'm about to watch it in not live time, in my time. All right, what were you going to say?
Giant, guys.
I'm on delay, so we're just going to have to deal with it. Yeah, we played that audio. Ooh, see, I got 1-0 right now. I got Aaron Judge on deck. I can't wait to watch this yaya.
Oh, dude, see, I looked
Schwarber
at the screen. I saw Judge. He was on deck, I guess. I thought he hit it.
Yeah, Schwarber's in the hole. Oh! Oh! USA! 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 Oh, yeah, he did that too.
We're just living in 1996 AOL, as the chat line said. Not only are we just plagued by your delay, we're out here watching live 2 minutes behind real time with V.
I'm current.
I got nothing for you, man. It's the plague of living in the hills. He did stop at third. He stopped at third and pinned it. God bless. Exit velocity for all you people that loved exit velocity, 109.
Somebody text Danny right now. Jake,
text
Danny right now. Hit the thread, rip into him, because Danny loves to tell us Bryce Harper's an overrated bum, and Bryce Harper is yours truly's boy. I've always loved me some Bryce Harper. Give me some flashy, goddamn lefty that's going to hit bombs and be in your face about it. Now maybe Aaron Judge is going to go back to back.
Okay, just to put a little, and I don't even know how we got to Bam because Bam wasn't even in the rundown. But just to put a little bow on that, can we agree that if Bam was more of a guy that you consider to be like a pure scorer and / he didn't pass a guy that's as iconic and somebody that passed, rest in peace, Kobe, can't we agree that he would have gotten much less backlash?
I don't think so. I just think it was because it was inefficient. Like, Bam is a respected dude. Like I said, if he was on a heater, then it would have been acceptable and it would have been celebrated.
Yeah, but Jake, not known as a scorer though.
I know, but I mean, what if that doesn't matter to me? I think it was more that he took so many damn shots, so many free throws, and
the end of the game.
You guys not knowing what efficiency is incredible. The fact that you don't know that
you don't know what efficiency is. If you shoot under 30%,
that was not
efficient.
That was not an efficient game. You don't know that you had an efficient day from this field, scoring 83 points on 43
That was not an efficient game.
Yeah, it is. You don't know what
that was not an efficient game.
All right.
Steph
he wasn't efficient.
Larry Bird averaged 50, 90, and 40 for an entire season. He didn't have any of those stats in that game. He didn't shoot 50% from the field. He didn't shoot 90% from the line. He didn't shoot 40%.
He had a terrible. He was a volume shooter that day. He was a volume shooter.
Yeah, and that's not efficient.
All right.
Anyways, we encourage you to join the Humm Daddies Bracketology March Madness pool. You can at me on Venmo. $20 will get you in. I'll send you the link. Put your phone number or your email in that Venmo request. We've got about 20 people that are going to be up in there. We're going to be watching games on Friday. Art Daveron just declined. And we're going to roll with that. That's fine. Let's just start with that a smidge and say, have any of you guys watched any college football?
What?
College basketball, you mean?
College basketball, sorry.
Yeah, I watch college football scrimmages all day.
College basketball. Like, do you guys have any idea what you're doing when you're filling out your bracket?
No. Me and Artie talked about this when you were MIA for a sec, but yeah.
Okay.
BYU, I bet on once. Bama and Florida.
Fighting the Illini?
No, that was last year.
Was that? Time flies.
What a joke. But yeah, that's the extent of it. I bet like 3 different games. So that's
this is when we all start watching. This is when the world starts watching. Jesse was doing his homework the other day just to try to learn about a few players. This is when we all start watching. If you're out there and you think you know about college basketball, come join the bracket. You will surely lose. Anybody who thinks they know anything about basketball has an almost 0% chance of making top 3. You don't know what you think you know. And I do know what I don't.
I'll say this. I'll I'll say this. I would put the over-under on the amount of games that I watched during the year, just because if it's Saturday and there's not a good, college football game going on, and obviously there's no NFL, I'd put my over-under on like 15 college games that I watched this year, but that's just being fully honest. That's not a lot. That's certainly not enough to be an expert.
That's not bad.
Can you name a player?
I mean, it's pretty much hit or miss.
Can you name a player in college basketball?
Boozer's kid, Pippen's kid, VJ from BYU.
I haven't named one yet.
Was supposed to be the number 1 or 2 pick.
You're still over. Can you name anyone?
What do you mean?
You still haven't named anybody. Is there a player you can name?
What happened?
Nice.
I thought we weren't
nice
coming through
visual
here.
Zach.
During
I like it. Like the graphic.
Huh?
Zach, you're not on mute, bro.
Well, because I turned it off.
You didn't
But
turn it
you
off.
were in it when you
You're
came
live,
in.
pal.
It's only an hour and a half thing.
John Joseph,
Anyways,
John
all good.
Peralta, what do you guys think of Zach's visual here?
Yeah, how do you feel? How's Zach doing tonight, boys? How do we feel about his just overall performance so far? Z, you were not muted.
I give it an A+.
We heard that whole conversation, buddy.
Venmo that guy,
That's
and
fine.
he'll send you a link.
You might get a link. There's a
Yeah.
good chance.
Go ahead. Do that.
Just by the way, guys, a terrible rollout of our March Madness pool, in my opinion. But what are you gonna do? I wasn't controlling.
Yeah. Go ahead and join that, as we know nothing. And it's all luck, anyways. Is the bottom line. All right, our next topic, bud. You got the show rundown in front of you.
Cameron Boozer, our text line just helped us out. I do have it.
I said Boozer's son.
That doesn't count. You didn't say his name. I asked you if you know anyone's name. You can't just
Cam
say
Boozer.
Boozer's son.
Boozer. First of all,
no, you got to know their name.
in Jeopardy,
Scottie Pippen Jr.
In Jeopardy, if they say who was the first ever black elected president and you say Obama, you get the answer right. You don't have to say Barack Obama. So you can say the last name and it's correct.
Bro.
I said the last.
Everybody knows Boozer. Everybody knows Stojakovic. You didn't know anybody's name.
Everybody knows your name.
That don't count. The whole point was you're just
Doom.
And they're always glad you came. I want to go.
Doom. You want to be where you can see. No. You want to be where everybody knows your name. Dun.
We got Jeremy Fears Jr. coming out
Yeah,
of
man, I
Michigan
said
State.
AJ. I said AJ. Did you want me to say Daibunza? I don't know how to say that name properly. I probably messed that up.
I don't even know who you're
Dude,
talking
pinch
about.
running for Venezuela looks like a 12-year-old. By the way.
Yeah, we got
So
to
you
run
guys
on
want to go to
first.
heat check
No
or you want
outs.
to go to NFL free agency?
Oh, let's talk Niners, man. Christian Kirk,
let's-
Mikey Evans. That wideout room got a lot.
All right,
better.
then let's go heat check. Let's go heat check then. Z, you want to do it or you want me to host it for you?
No, you host it for me, bud.
All right, so we're doing heat check. We're moving in. We want to know, are you icy? Are you mid? Or are you on fire about the next 3 topics? If you're icy, you're not feeling them. If you're mid, you're mid. And if you're on fire, you're loving it. J. Lou, hit us off. Are you icy, mid, or on fire about that Niners wide receiver core? Let's go.
He's on fire. I love it. I mean, they went from one of the most questionable wide receiver cores to maybe the best in the division, at least. Mike Evans is a stud. I've always liked Kirk a lot too. We kind of struggled with.
Yeah, I know. Can we just put a flag on Jake right now? And I think it's 15 yards, maybe even an ejection. Arguably the best receiving core in the league in the division over Puka and Devontae. You're taking Mike Evans and Mr. Christian Kirk.
Yeah, and Pearsall.
You forgot about him. I got you. Keep going though. You're liking what they did.
I'm just excited about them actually signing wideouts, which is kind of rare for them.
Jake. I want to say, if you are a Niner hater, no, not that I know any Niner haters, but if you are a Niner hater, Mike Evans was the worst signing for you. That's kind of exactly what the Niners need. all on board for that. Okay, that's fine. You can be
haters,
thrilled by that. Okay, and the Captain Kirk guy, okay, that's great. But you're talking about a division where you have JSN and you have what you
That's
have
right.
in Los Angeles with Devontae. Okay. So
and my boy Marvin Harrison.
You do not have the best wide receiver. Right, exactly. You might be the fourth best wide receiver room. Anyways,
I think we're still
be
dead
juiced
last.
off the signings. Just miss me with be juiced off the signings. Just miss me with best wide receiver room in the NFC West.
Yeah, I misspoke. That was a little. I was getting ahead of myself. Sorry,
but you're still on fire.
No, that's fine though. I like you to be excited. I really want to hear from Art on this, as Art now posted a selfie on Instagram or Twitter or whatever with a Niners hat on because his son is a Niners fan, wears a McCaffrey jersey. Now he's a Niners fan, even though he's repping Washington State where he got his PhD from. But I would like to know why Art is specifically.
How come you keep
because you did it yourself. You wore a Niners hat in a selfie.
Yeah, but you're the person who keeps saying I'm a Niners fan. Let's let my words, let's let the fans, let's let the people decide who's really a Niners fan.
You wore a Niners hat.
Yeah, I wear all sorts of hats. I wear lots of hats. I got lots of hats in my collection.
He frequents a lot of haberdashery.
Right. Anyways, why are you excited about
Venezuela? 3-2.
I'm excited about the Niners.
Gonna come down to the bottom of the ninth, huh?
I don't think there's anything.
No, just tell me why you're.
I think they should be happy they got better. Like, yeah, I think they're kind of like the Giants. You know what I like? The Niners wide receiving core is basically like the Giants lineup. It's like great, and I'm happy, and it's improved.
But mediocre nonetheless.
But actually, when you compare it to the Padres and the Dodgers, you're kind of like, oh, well, still not quite as good as those lineups.
Chapman, you got a Rise.
I love our lineup. No, when you actually look at the lineup, if you just erase the rest of the league, it's a great lineup. You got a Rise, you got Devers, you got Adames, you got Chappie, you got Jung Ho, you got Eldridge, you got people I'm forgetting. Who do you got that I'm forgetting? There's a couple decent names that I'm forgetting.
Did you say anyway, Adames?
I said Adames. We're talking the back end now, but we got hitters, man. It ain't bad. Elliott. I forgot Elliott Ramos. Our boy Bailey that I'm predicting is going to have a little bit of a bounce back year from the plate. I think he's not going to look as bad as he looked the last year and a half. I think he might become like a replacement level hitter. And then, hopefully his glove is an asset. I'm pretty excited about the Giants if they didn't have to pitch. I'm a little worried about that staff. But anyway, I digress. I think
and Jimenez fouls it off
a little bit later.
0-2 is the count. You like that? Should I do impressions of announcers?
Yeah, you can do that.
So, anyways,
Are you on a? Zach's like on a delay,
super,
right?
Yeah, I know.
Damn it!
It's
God
really,
damn it!
It's really irritating. Anyways, I would say that I'm on fire about the Mike Evans signing because I think that he's exactly what the Niners need. I think they lacked a guy that is kind of that dude that will get it done. Here's the problem, and I don't mean to bring up whatever chemical thing is nearby the Niners practice facility, but Mike Evans has not exactly been super durable. Now, he did have like 10 years in a row of 1,000 yards receiving. But anyways, he's that dude in the room. And to me, what sort of exemplifies that was that he said, I think they were missing one piece, and I think I'm that piece. And I have a hard time disagreeing with that. Like, I do think he's a guy that can step into that room and make a huge difference for that squad. Now, whether or not he stays healthy or the rest of the team stays healthy, Purdy's been hurt, McCaffrey's been hurt, everybody's been hurt, I mean, so Bosa's been hurt.
Everybody.
Greenlaw's back, and that's great, but he's had injury issues too. I mean, all the NFL teams deal with that. But the bottom line is, if I'm a Niners fan, I'm pumped off that signing. I'm not going as far as to saying that he's better than Puka and Devontae Adams and better than JSN and the rest of whatever Seattle's got. I think they re-signed that speedster from New Orleans. So I'm not going to go that far, but That's a great signing for the Niners. So I'm on fire just in terms of the actual signing. I'm not on fire and as crazy as Jake saying that they have the best wide receiver room in the NFC West.
Maybe in the NFL.
No.
What do you think?
Yeah, I like
I
that.
would take Jamar.
Oh, God damn it. This is ridiculous. All right, I'm going to talk. Zach, I like your take. Although he's kind of at this stage of his career, he's just kind of a possession receiver, I would say. So I look forward to seeing Brock just lob up a few ducks.
But a big possession receiver.
Yeah. And Kirk can burn, or he used to. I look forward to seeing how he kind of translates into that offense.
Yeah. Catline says the interior is going to have to hold up for these signings to matter at all, but they're happy. That's Versago. I don't know the name if you're out there, Versago.
That's John Joseph.
Oh, John Joseph. John says, got to get that OL upgraded. Dom says it reminds him of the Dubs last offseason. Some older parts, but will they fit together? Injury risk, all those concerns. That's true. Kirk's been hurt a lot. Evan's been hurt a lot. Pierce Hall's been hurt a lot. So you got 3 guys that like to get hurt. How can they stay healthy? We'll see. That interior, have they done much? Niners haven't done much yet on the interior yet. Or have they?
On the offensive line?
Yeah.
No, they signed.
I don't know if they need to.
They signed someone who's pretty legit. Who was he? A right tackle, maybe? I don't know. I kind of
sure.
Whatever. That's not good knowledge on my part. We gotta get Kruger in here, but I like what they're doing.
They signed veteran Vidarian Lowe and Brett Toth.
I like Ladarian. He's good.
Not Ladarian, but Vidarian.
Ladarian?
Like Victor.
Vidarian,
yeah. Lowe. He's a swing tackle.
I'm a fan.
Both ways.
Okay. Moving on.
All right, what's next on the topic sheet, Art?
See you later.
You icy, mid, or on fire. One last time. We've done it every show, but I do want to just know, now that it's coming to an end, where you at with this World Baseball Classic?
Tyler Rogers on the hill, by the way.
I mean, you got to be on fire. We did not do a good job of ripping into DeRosa, and I just want to say, I don't have a problem so much with him being kind of out of the loop and not knowing the rules and like the run differential or whatever. That's fine. But he came out and said, I clearly said that I have a problem with his comments stepping in and saying like, oh, I didn't say that or whatever. No, you clearly had no clue and you clearly thought that your squad was moving on to the next round. So just own it, right? At that point, just own it. And he didn't. So that's the only thing I got a problem with.
Reminds me of Kapler. Remember when he was the Phillies manager and the guy didn't warm up that he put in? And they asked him after the game.
No.
Like, did he have a bullpen session? He was like, he pitched prior. Famous clip.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a big faux pas. But Farhan said, give me some Gabe. I want Gabe. That's our manager.
Jake, where you at with the WBC now? As it comes to an end, we're moving back into we got opening day coming. I imagine next week we're going to be some Giants and A's previews, although unfortunately I will not be able to join next Tuesday. But so we don't get too deep into Giants A's, but we're transitioning from WBC into the baseball season, and I am curious, Jake, just where are you now as it's all over on the WBC? Are you icy, mid, or on fire with this tournament as a whole? What does it mean to you? If you want to expand a little bit from your perspective.
Well, it's still going. And I think it's awesome, dude, that, like you were saying, that DR and USA game was incredible. That was like a classic. And we're in the middle of a classic right now. It's the 9th. We got Venezuela trying to take revenge for us kidnapping their leader and taking all their oil. So we'll see how it works out. But it's also cool seeing Giants like playing for their countries. Arise. He's been a baller.
I'll say this. The hotshot Rodriguez from the Mariners said that it's more important than the World Series. Aaron Judge I don't know if he said it's more important than the World Series, but he said that like the vibe was bigger than the World Series. I don't really understand that. And I'm one of the most patriotic people on the planet. I get shit all the time because I'm half Dutch, half Italian, and I'm like full-blown American. So I root for America. I root for Italy. I root for the Dutch. Our nut job friend Danny roots for Italy, obviously, or whatever. I mean, everybody roots for like the countries that they come from or whatever. Jake, you got love for Spain for whatever bleeping reason. Artie, I'm sure you'd root for Iran or, Turkey or whatever. Somebody, I mean, I get all that, but there's nothing bigger baseball-wise, in my opinion, than the World Series. Same thing with hockey, right? Like we shocked the world and USA beat Canada in the Olympics, right? Like, is that a big, like, if you were to ask, let me put it like this. If you were to ask Steph Curry, you got 4 titles, and I don't know, does he only have 1 gold medal? Whatever it was when he blacked out and dominated with KD and LeBron in the Olympics a couple of summers ago. If you were to ask Steph, what do you hold closer to your heart, those 4 NBA titles or that 1 gold Olympic medal? I would guess he would say the NBA titles, no? So I don't get why people are saying that this is bigger than a World Series.
What? Oh, Salvador Perez. That's an out. All right. We're going into the bottom of the 9th. I think it depends where you're from, Zach. Like Americans think the pro sport championship is more important. But if you're like repping Venezuela or you're repping the DR, then, you want to take down the Americans because it's their sport. It was created here. And, I think it means more to people that aren't from here.
I think right now, too, we're at a point in the game where it feels even more like you're riding with your country because there's such a divide between how the game should be played now, right? And I think we saw that with the way the Dominican Republic's locker room and the way they show up on the field and they celebrate and they're in your face and they're having a big party. Whereas, think about sort of how you were taught growing up how to play baseball. I think everyone probably seen the clips online of a very sort of stoic locker room in the U.S. There's all this sort of culture wars about how the game's supposed to be played. So I think there's a little extra on the line. I think that's why you heard the comments from the DR. I forgot who said it, saying we showed who was the best team in the world. That's all I got to say. I think there was
Juan Soto.
Who was it?
Juan Soto said that. But Artie,
that.
again, you're telling me that you ask Juan Soto if he wins a World Series with the Mets next year versus if he had won this World Baseball Classic, he's putting the World Baseball Classic higher than the World Series? That's complete nonsense to me.
I think he definitely is right now, particularly while he's in it. I know you can tell what they're feeling right now. You could tell how much they wanted it. You could see the emotion.
All right, let me ask you. Okay. I threw it out there already. Let me ask you. My dad was born in the Netherlands. I'm half Dutch. I'm playing for the Netherlands. I'm telling you right now, my personal feeling is that I would not take me winning the World Baseball Classic for the Netherlands in a higher regard than me winning the World Series for whatever baseball team I was playing with in the Major League Baseball in America. So I ask you two, would you put your country or whatever the hell this is, would you put that above a World Series? That's crazy to me.
I mean,
because we're American. Or I'm American. I feel the pro sport is the highest achievement. But like I said, when you're from like a third world country and you're playing the Americans, it means a hell of a lot more than it does to Kyle Schwarber.
But not a World Series. David Ortiz goes back to the PR. He's a motherfucker. He's a mother bleeping legend. I mean, because he won the World Series with the Red Sox. The World Series is way bigger than this World Baseball Classic or the Olympics.
If you were watching
the World Series,
if you were watching the post game, Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez and David Ortiz after the DR lost, Ortiz is talking to Roman Anthony, and he's big up in him, and he's talking about how amazing the game he had and how amazing the young player he is, and he's talking up his Boston Red Sox, and at the same time he's mourning sort of the DR loss. And one of the folks I think the dude, it might have been, I don't know if it's Ken, it's not Ken Rosenthal, but it's whoever was on, starts asking him, so,
The guy with the
yo,
bow
this must be
tie?
hard for you. He's asking him, like, it's probably tough for you. You got Boston, you know, you've got your team, you love, you got Roman Anthony, the face of baseball, and then you had your team lose, you know, and Derek Jeter just answers for Ortiz and says, make no mistake, David Ortiz has DR here and Boston here. There's no way David Ortiz has Boston anywhere near the DR. And then David Ortiz says, yeah, man, I basically just don't even know what I've been doing up here for the last 5 minutes. This has been, you know, on the one hand, so I'll tell you right now, for David Ortiz, that's different. It's a different question. It wasn't your World Series versus DR, but Jeter right there wanted to tell the world, you better believe that he reps the Dominican Republic before he represents.
Well, of course.
And Schwarber goes down swinging.
Of course,
Again,
you're going to have your home country. I'm talking about the actual title of World Series versus WBC. Anyways, go ahead. You got another one for us?
A lot of talent in the stands for Venezuela. A lot of talent.
All right.
You know
Good knowledge.
I mean? Talent. Their fans are talented.
Of course, bud. I know what that means. I haven't seen it. I didn't get any glamour shots.
Dude,
but
you'd be good on the Pat McAfee show. You guys would be hella dope together. You should try to get behind the desk on his show. You should see if you could get behind the desk on his show. Jake.
That's art taking a shot at whiteness.
No, that's not whiteness. That's just being, you know, sort of wasting our time by talking about the Venezuelan talent.
How's that a waste of time? Don't you appreciate time?
First off, I'm watching the game, and there's not even showing anything. You just felt like getting in a little.
You're tripping. No, they had.
Second of all, it's just sleazy.
God damn it!
A waste of fucking airtime.
Gunnar Henderson pops up 2 outs. Venezuela.
So we got down to our final out. Venezuela over USA. The U.S. decided to not pitch Mason Miller, so your boy Mark DeRosa gets another question mark. He was made available to pitch. There was questions about whether he would be available, and he didn't appear in the championship game. And I guess that gets to a little bit about how you use pitchers in today's day and age. But to me, if you're starting the top of the 9th inning and you know you're going to have to face the bottom of the, you know that they're going to get a top half as many times as they need. I don't know why you're not throwing Mason Miller out there. That seems odd to me.
Good eye, huh?
I mean, he pitched last night, and he hasn't been in a position where he needed to. What? Oh, you wanted him pitching in the 8th?
What do you know? He didn't pitch in the 9th, tied. You didn't pitch your best pitcher in a championship game. At this point, they were going to have to pitch with a tie. They're either going to give up the game or win in the bottom half. Like, there wasn't going to be a save option.
Yeah, but you usually use your guy when you have a lead.
The Don's going to bomb these dudes.
There was going to be no opportunity for them to have the lead, is what I'm saying, because they're in the bottom half now. So
Tyler Rogers, dude, he came through as he always does,
So they didn't use him in the 9th when would have been the ideal time probably to bring him in, right? You get what I'm saying, Z? There was never going to be a save opportunity in this game at this point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're the home team, I got you.
They're not the home team. They're a visitor.
No, I know.
U.S. is home, so they're going to get the bottom half batting. So at that point,
are you a proponent of that all the time?
Proponent of what?
Is that Miggy Cabrera?
Using your closer in the 9th when it's not a save opportunity.
Well, in this case,
when a title is on the line, yeah, absolutely.
Well, particularly in this case, unless I'm your responses are making me question myself because I'm getting confused. There is Mason Miller could not have a save opportunity in this game. It was tied heading into the 9th.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. You put Mad Bum in.
That's what I'm saying.
When the game's
that's just my point. There was no save opportunity that could happen, is what I'm saying at that point.
No, I got you. Yeah.
So then at that point, you're just either waiting to use him or not.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's my question. Do you
Venezuela
do it?
wins.
Do you do it in the 8th? Do you do it in the 9th? Do you do it in the 10th? Do you do it in the 11th? Whatever. Yeah.
And Venezuela takes the title. Wow. Good for them.
It's over?
Yeah, good for them. I'm happy for them, you know?
It's over?
Yes.
It's over. Venezuela.
I'm still at 1-2
Pablo
count
from
with
Venezuela, I think. Panda?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, but they just showed Miguel Cabrera apparently is.
Yeah.
Yuck.
He's the most
That hurts.
I said that. Aaron Judge, you're a waste. Waste of space.
Pablo Sandoval is definitely freaking celebrating with some great food. Great
Remember
drink.
they had those like chubby bullpen dudes too from Venezuela that kind of looked like Pablo? They had like skinny beards and remember those dudes? There's like 3 of them.
I love Pablo so much. Man, I miss him. I love Pablo Sandoval. He was like really, in some ways, like by the end, underloved. Not loved enough by the end. Maybe loved too much in his prime, and by the end,
Come on, man. The guy had panda hats. I also dated a girl that worked at a spot that said that she's never seen any human individual singular eat as much food as him. He would order like everything from the menu at the spot, drink a ton, and then he would go outside and you know those vendors with like the hot dogs with bacon and onions wrapped around them. He would get like 7 of those and down them. She said she's never seen a human consume more food than Pablo Sandoval. Anyway, shout out to Venezuela, huh? All right. We have to hold the L out there in the United States.
You know, Salvador Perez, he's probably a Hall of Famer, right? Future Hall of Famer.
Trump's going to fire everybody. Salvador Perez, in my opinion, has been playing baseball, at least in fantasy terms, for the better part of my entire life. Yeah. The guy is constantly on the waiver wire.
It's a ton of jacks. No, he's not. He's like one of the best catchers in fantasy.
Well, how old is the guy?
I mean, now, yeah, he has to be pushing 40.
You're talking Salvador Perez right now?
All right, what's the next subject, Art?
The last subject was, are you icy, mid, or hot on March Madness?
I mean, we've touched on it about as much as we can. Like I said, my over-under on games that I consumed during the regular season is 15. I'd like to go on a real quick rant, actually. So I got something for you on the March Madness. First of all, it's all luck when it comes to filling out the brackets. And if you haven't already, Venmo me at ZAKARIAH11 on Venmo. Venmo me $20. I'll send you the link to the bracket. Humm Daddies is bringing it back. I guess you guys have done it before. I will say this. St. John's got mother bleeping screwed right up the keister. Right up the bleeping keister. They beat UConn in this bracket of the East, which is ridiculous because the games are getting played in San Diego. They beat UConn twice. Not once, twice. You know what seed UConn is? 2. You know what seed St. John's is? 5. And why? Because Rick Pitino banged a random girl in a whatever restaurant he banged the girl at. You're going to hold that against him? Now he's got to play in a bracket that has everybody Duke and everybody and their mother in that bracket. You put them in there and you put UConn as a 2 seed and St. John's as a 5 seed when St. John's beat UConn twice.
Well, sounds like they got the shaft, Zachary.
Yeah, that's my rant. You wanted something on March Madness? I'm on fire about that. St. John's got absolutely screwed, and for no reason other than Rick Pitino banged a woman in a Applebee's bathroom.
Sure, that impacted it a lot.
I'm sure that's why. Isn't that Chris Mullins' school?
You explain it to me. They beat UConn twice. UConn is a 2 seed. St. John's is a 5 seed. Explain that to me.
I don't know enough about the season, but maybe St. John's had more impressive wins.
Well, I mean,
No.
I got news for you. College sports isn't really the most fair.
Up and up.
You know, there's a lot of crooked guys in there that influence outcomes of seeding and games, and it's a complete shit show. The college football now is just so ridiculous. The fact that they didn't have Notre Dame in the playoffs was a joke. I think that had to probably do with the payoff. I mean, that's just goes with the
No, that was legit. Miami got all the way to the final. That was legit. Art, do you have nothing on this? Did you just toss this thing out? Because I got another rant if you want it.
Oh yeah, you should talk college basketball. I don't know who's in the tournament. Don't know much
Long Beach
about
State
it.
make it this year?
Who?
Did Long Beach? Did they make it?
You should know that. Not me.
I haven't even looked at the bracket yet.
You got to get it in by Wednesday at midnight, bud.
I got it.
I'm trying to understand this. What happened this season? I'm getting pretty confused by whatever I'm looking at. Anyway, so yeah, I'm basically icy on most tournaments. I'm not a big tournament guy, but I am on fire this year to do the Humm Daddies bracket and plan to win that whole thing. So yeah, get your Venmo in and let's have some fun and let's get mad.
You're not a big tournament
By the
guy?
way, Mike.
No, I mean, ever since I, got a job during the week and had kids and stuff and shit to go on, I just struggled to watch the Thursday, Friday. That was always the funnest. And so I never loved it as much as other people. And Thursday and Friday were always my favorite. And I've struggled to watch it and, and so I'm just like, now I'm so much more checked out than I used to be. I'm cool with it. But I know compared to other people, I'm certainly icy. I know how much people get into this.
I thought you were saying in general, you're not a tournament guy. Like you don't like tournaments, but you're talking about the.
Oh, no, I'm just talking about March Madness. No, I like tournaments. Give me a good tournament. Give me a good tennis tournament. I'd love to tune into a good tennis tournament.
Give me a Champions League tournament. Did you see that bet?
What?
Did you see it?
Anyways, my other rant about March Madness is I had Alabama going a lot further than I did before. Not to give you guys hints and clues on what you should do. But one of the Alabama guards that I believe averages around 18 points a game got popped for having a pound of marijuana. Here's my problem. Here's my soapbox. And here's my other rant because you guys are pretty much providing nothing. I would just say this. Marijuana does not kill you. So I don't understand. Like if he had gotten popped for 1,000 cartons of Marlboro cigarettes or whatever, right? He would face no charges. Totally legal. Marlboro, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Are those tasty? I've never had one.
You say it, motherfucker. You say it.
Marlboro.
Okay, there you go. Marlboro. Anyways, if he had gotten popped with that, he'd get no charge. He gets popped with a pound of weed. Who gives a fuck? Weed doesn't kill anybody. So now that guy's not playing in the tournament because we have crazy ass rules in Alabama where weed's not legal. Legalize weed everywhere. Show me somebody that ODs or dies on weed, and then we can have a conversation. Until then, let that man go. Free hashtag whatever that guard is from Alabama. But now they're not going nowhere because they're missing one of their best players. That's the end of my March Madness rant.
I actually like Alabama. I follow them. That's one of the only teams I actually watch a couple of games every year.
I mean, roll Tide, but they're not going to be rolling without their number 2 player.
Well, they also had this dude. He was I think he's a big man that declared for the NBA, but then he changed his mind and he had to go to court to see if they'd let him back on the team. And he played a couple games. I don't know what his status is right now, but he was a stud. And that was taking place when they played Florida, and I bet Bama, and Bama lost by 30. So Bama sucks this year.
Hey Zach, you want me to give you another take on why St. John's may be below UConn? You could argue it. I just figured I'd do a little quick research while we were on and see if it might not be about Patino banging someone in the bathroom. And just see what we could find here. So I took a quick look, and what I did find was that St. John's played UConn 3 times, not twice. So there is that. And UConn did take one of them, so they lost 2-1 in the series. So still lost twice, but
I never said that they didn't lose to him. I said they beat him twice.
I know. I'm not arguing you said anything wrong.
Okay.
I'm just telling you facts. And then I think what probably did St. John's in most likely is that they did not beat another ranked opponent all year. So the only ranked opponent they beat this year was UConn. When I looked at their
schedule. It's Patino
twice. Okay,
banging a chick.
Whereas UConn.
No, I mean that's a good case.
Beat some.
They had a better early season schedule. Yeah.
They lost to Arizona, who was
still bullshit.
But they beat BYU ranked 7th. They beat Illinois ranked 13th. They beat Kansas ranked 21st. They beat
early,
ranked 5th.
Yeah.
So they did have some more.
I got you.
Maybe that's why.
You know, sometimes you just have a team's number. I guess they have UConn's number. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. So now let's stop pretending we care a lot about NCAA basketball. And let's talk a little bit about something that has been very, very, very interesting for weeks. And the NFL has done a great job with this. Let's talk a little bit about free agency trades, and let's talk about what the heck's going on. We got Murray to the Vikings since we last talked. We got the Dolphins and Broncos trade, sending Waddle there. We got Mr. Justin Fields going to Kansas City. We got Hollywood Brown to the Eagles. And then when we're done and we're transitioning out, I want to give a shout out to one young gentleman. But what is on your mind when you think about free agency, or just react, if you would, to me for Murray to the Vikings? What is that going to do to the Vikings?
Go ahead, Jay.
What is that going to do to Murray? Is it going to work, or is Murray not good enough? What are we going to see?
You know, I'm a big cards guy, so I watched Kyler very closely, and he is one of the most frustrating players in the NFL to actually watch. He's been the same story his whole career. He shows flashes and then he fucks up. That's Kyler Murray. So he's not gonna. I mean, he's a non-factor. They still have a hole at QB on the Vikings. I can't see Kyler like changing, their quarterback room very much. So
is Kyler competing for the job, or did he get the job? You think?
No, he's competing. I'm sure.
So. What's your take, Z? What's going to happen?
This actually would have been a good topic for Icy Mid or On Fire, because it sounds like Jake is super icy on this. I'm on fire about it. I think Kyler Murray, first of all, I'm a huge proponent of the Vikings coach, MC. I mean, he seems to be a quarterback whisperer, right? Like, let's not forget that's where Sam Darnold went. Won 13 games, didn't win the division. Then there was a whole bunch of shit with the LA Fire, so he played a road game, not in LA, but in Denver or whatever. Like, I think when he gets with McConnell, I think he's going to be cooking with gas. Now, this is coming from an A's fan who's been pumping so much gas towards Kyler. Just give up on football. We picked you 8th overall in the draft. The A's, you know what I'm saying? We got something cooking with all our young guys over here in Sacramento, and soon we're going to be in Las Vegas. Come on over to baseball, pal. We'll take you. Put you in center field, no problem. So, anyways, my point is him in Minnesota versus what the bleep he was dealing with in Arizona, I think they're instantly a playoff team. I don't know if they're going to win the division. You have, Green Bay, and you have Detroit, and you have Chicago, all of which are like coming up. But if McConnell is the quarterback whisperer that we all think that he is, or whatever, you get him over there and you're paying him what? $1.3 million? And Arizona's paying him like 30? I mean, to me, I couldn't be more on fire about this. I know it's not an on fire topic, but like, Jake's poo-pooing it. I think this is a huge deal. They have Justin Jefferson. They have all these parts around them. They have all the things. And to answer your question, no competing. J.J. McCarthy, that was considered a bust. They fired the GM for drafting your ass. He's gone now. So J.J. McCarthy, he might go on to another team and succeed. I'm not hating on him. He won a national championship at Michigan. But this is 100% Kyler Murray's team.
All right.
I mean, so they are. I think they're going to compete for the job. I think Kyler Murray's going to win the job.
Did you want me to go further? I mean, I spoke for like 5 minutes.
I would tell the Vikings to draft a QB.
You know, I think we're just ensuring with the delay that it's over. You know, so I think there's some of these longer gaps. My take is similar to, I guess I would be in between both of you because, like, I do think it's a good move for the Vikings. I think the sort of football fan in me that knows I'm not like a deep analyst of who the best quarterbacks are in the game and blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't think I'm a whisperer on trying to identify that, but shit, Kyler Murray seems good to me, you know? But, you know, I think it's kind of obvious that he doesn't take it seriously enough. There's enough bad that's come out about him, about his work ethic and about the way he prepares that, like, if that's really his MO.
Come on, really that video game shit, you're not. Hang on, Artie, you of all people are giving credence to that shit?
Well, surely peak Kyler Murray will be great on the Vikings if he's peak Kyler Murray and he's cooking, but you know,
he hasn't been the same since he what was it, an ACL?
Got hurt. Yeah, he got hurt. He doesn't run that much anymore. No. He's not as wild.
Everybody gets hurt. Are you going to say that Patty Holmes is not going to be the same, Art?
Well, we've seen it. What do you mean? Like,
yeah, Kyler has shown that he's timid now.
Yeah, he's talking about we've watched him play post injury. He didn't get hurt, and now we're going to see. We watched it. Yeah, we'll see. If I'm the Vikings, I'm pumped. You got to do something.
It's good value. Why not try it? You know,
you got to try it. I mean, the Vikings are a mess. They ruined their franchise. They were you know, arguably the best team in the NFC. They could have paid a quarterback $30 million and been in position to compete for 2-3 years, and instead they're back to square one. So, yeah, I think it's a great move on their part. What do you think about
good a couple of years ago?
What do you think about Dolphins? Trade, and more importantly, what I'm interested in knowing is your reaction to how does this improve Denver, and what do you think it does for their team, for their wide receiver core, to Waddle, to Bo Nix? What's the outcome? What's the result of this trade from your perspective?
From my end, for loving the Dolphins, and I mean, basically what you're doing at this point is you're just trusting that all of the people that you took from Green Bay, the defensive coordinator, the assistant GM, you're hoping that they're going to draft right. But in terms of the haul, I mean, I'm thrilled with it. It was a first and a third, essentially, because they swapped fourth-round picks or whatever. Waddle, to me, is not like a number one guy. I was more hurt when we cut Tyreek, which, by the way, I can't believe we haven't heard any news on that. I mean, he should be signing with the Chiefs sometime soon, no? Or somebody. But in terms of, like, the Dolphins outfit, it's like, what? I mean, you brought in Willis, and you're going to pay him a reasonable salary, which I'm fine with. Build around him, see if he's good or whatever. But, yeah, getting a first-round pick and a third-round pick, and then the fourth-round picks were just swapped or whatever it was, is fine by me. In terms of Denver, and this is something that, like, I've thought about for a minute, is like, do you need an alpha in your wide receiver room, right? Like, let's assume as good as John Taylor was, Jerry Rice was the mother bleeping alpha in that wide receiver room, right? Like, Jerry Rice walked up in there and he's like, I'm 80. You know what I mean? I'm 80. I'm the one that won the, Super Bowl MVP, even though I didn't get the I'm going to Disneyland treatment, because that was probably on some racism or quarterback or not quarterback, but positional, whatever you want to call it. He won the MVP but didn't get the Disneyland love. My point is, do you need an alpha like that? Do you need like a Megatron? Do you need a Larry Fitzgerald? Do you need a main guy? In terms of Denver, between Sutton and Waddle, like, none of those guys are guys that you go to, which is kind of why, to bring it full circle back to the 49ers shit, is like, Evans is that dude. Like, when Evans walks into that room, he's going to be that dude. Around Pearsall, around Kirk, around everybody, he's going to be that dude. So, for Denver, I would say that I don't think that it was worth a first and a third. That's the easiest way that I can do it. And I'm not even doing that through a Dolphins lens because I hate the Dolphins. They make me sick. And so I'm not even saying it like being biased.
What you think, Jake? And I'm curious, really. Actually, no. Just what do you think? And then I'll just go with what I'm thinking.
I'll let you guys talk about the Dolphins and Broncos.
Yeah, you don't give two shits. Good. So my main thought when I saw this trade was that bad news for Jalen Waddle. That's all I thought. I didn't think as much about the team. I just thought my first thought was Jalen Waddle's like the epitome of a receiver that you put him in a good situation and his career is going to look beautiful. You put him with a sort of semi-questionable QB, which I still put Bo Nix in, and I actually just think his career numbers are going to take a hit. I think he's going to stay around what he is, maybe get a little worse. I don't really have a take on the actual Broncos. I think for the Broncos, it's probably good. I think Bo Nix, I agree with everything that's been said. I think Bo Nix could use an alpha more than another great receiver, but I can't imagine getting another great receiver hurts. He's got a ton of weapons. But my ultimate thought on this is that Waddle's going to be super annoyed when he has like 68 catches for 989 yards. He's going to be like, that kind of was boring. I wish I had 1,400 yards on a different team. And so I wonder how long it's going to last, right? Because they got 3-4 receivers that are in similar calibers. You know, Sutton was losing his rank last year to Franklin, and I'm forgetting another receiver out there. They got 4 receivers that are getting love over there. Now that you got Waddle. So my thought is, good luck, Waddle. I think your career just got effed up a little bit, pal.
Because he's not with a gunslinger like Tua anymore, huh?
No, I just mean if you were going to get to a new situation. I don't know how great it would have been with Malik Willis, but I think he would have been the clear number 1 and he would have got force-fed. So I think his numbers would have stayed up probably if he's on Miami. I just have a feeling that Denver's going to play more ugly football. I'm not convinced Sean Payton's going to turn Denver into like New Orleans 2.0. I think they're going to win a way that a wide receiver doesn't love. I don't know that they're going to win in that fashion. And so that was just my initial thought when I saw the trade. I was like,
Broncos wideouts have been very unsexy for a number of years now since Demarius and Decker. Yeah. After them is.
I mean, to keep us moving, because we're way behind on the sheet, do either of you have thoughts on Hollywood Brown to Eagles or Justin Fields to the Chiefs?
Hollywood Brown is a non-factor.
Yeah, I agree. Coming from the Chiefs, non-factor. Zach, you got any thoughts?
I think the Hollywood Brown move.
Good point.
Sorry. I think the Hollywood Brown move is only a big deal because I do think that an A.J. Brown trade is imminent. I've never seen anything in watching sports in my life where something seemed more awkward than what A.J. Brown has been with the Eagles. So that's the only reason why I see that as like a semi-big deal. And then what was the other one, Art?
Fields
to the Chiefs.
Oh, Fields. My hot take is just this. I don't think that Patty's going to be ready week 1. So the fact that did they say how much they're going to pay of his salary? Because I know he was guaranteed $10 million from the Jets.
I'm sure they're not paying.
Did you see how much they said that they were going to pay?
No.
Anyways, I don't think Patty's going to be ready week 1. That's just my guess. I have nothing to base that off of. No insiders, no nothing. I just don't think Patty's going to be ready week 1, so I can see Justin Fields starting for the Chiefs week 1.
They had Minshew last year backing up.
Yeah. Chiefs are playing $3 million. Jets are paying $7 million.
Wow. How about those Jets?
So they took on 3. Hang on. The fact that they took on 3 leads me to believe Patty's not starting week 1.
That's a good point.
What's the average backup quarterback salary? What do you think? Let's see.
I think Mac is making he's signed at 2 for $20 or something. So
yeah, no, worse than that, Jake. He's making literal peanuts. He was like 4 for
Darnold
10.
Signed for $10 million a year with the Niners.
Yeah.
What's Mac on?
Mac Jones is like the best thing going. That's why John Lynch said he wasn't trading his ass. It's like, for what? You better give me like a couple of ones.
Dude, you trade Purdy, that'll open up a lot of money, and you could have Mac for cheap.
Fact.
Marcus Mariota and
I
Jared
think literally Mac Jones signed a 4-year, like $10 million deal.
Yeah, I mean it's the AI overview is that backups generally earn between $2 and $6 million for an experienced backup. So Justin Fields gets to qualify as an experienced backup. It's not.
All I'm saying is this, Art, and I know how much you love Patty Mac, even though you wear 49ers hats, so you're probably more of a Niners fan than a Chiefs fan. But I know how much you love the Chiefs, and I know how much you love Patty Mac. What I'm saying is, based on the fact that they made a trade and are picking up part of his salary, leads me to believe that Patty Mahomes is not going to be the starter week 1. Where'd Art go? We lose Art.
Yeah, okay. They're gonna. A, it will be. B, they'll be 3-0 with or without him. Chiefs are going 15-2. Chiefs are in the AFC conference. We'll see there when we get there. We'll talk about that later.
Got it.
But yeah, I'd be excited to see Justin Fields play for the Chiefs. Chiefs are going to be rocking and rolling this year. But yeah, I thought it was kind of awesome. But you need a backup, right?
Justin Fields is absolutely awful at football.
Well, he's got a great quarterback.
Generational talent.
He's got a great coach. So we'll see what he can do if he has to get
terrible.
in. And he's going to have one of the.
He's literally he's worse. He's worse than if one of us 3 took the snap.
Well, good
news
news
have a better
is
chance
won't
of
have to take a
success
snap next year. How about that, Zach? That's the good news. You won't have to take a snap.
Huh?
Patty Mac will.
I mean, because you're feeling good that Patty's going to be ready for week 1. I don't know that Patty's going to be ready for week 1.
Well, we'll see. We got a long time. We'll talk about that in August 1st. We'll talk about whether Patty's going to be back.
We do.
All right. Last thing on the NFL, I just want to give a shout out. My daughter's good friend's cousin just signed a 3-year, $48 million. I know that whole good friend this, that, but I was like, damn, who's this? And I was like, her uncle was there, so proud and so happy. I was at a party on Saturday night, and he was just telling me, dude, my nephew just signed a fucking 3-year, $48 million contract. Elijah Vera Tucker signed from the Jets to the Patriots, and my God, I looked him up. Absolutely injury plagued. Get that man's freaking agent.
Is he a guard?
I think plays all over the line. He plays every position on the line, and he must be good because he has, for the last 3 seasons, torn tricep, like 3 season-ending injuries in a row. Barely played last year and went out there, signed a 3-year, $48 million, 21 guaranteed, $250,000 bonus for every game he plays. Anyway, just wanted to send that out there. Family's been pumped. David, God bless you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. Get
so,
your paper.
Moving on from the NFL, I am curious, and maybe we just spend a short amount of time where everyone's mind at in the NBA in general. If you want to talk Warriors, talk Warriors. If you got something else, just give me a NBA take you got, because I'm going to start for us and not pass, because it's what the world's talking about. It's what not the world, but the Bay Area Twitter. It's what you think I might be talking about if you pay attention to anything I've been talking about lately. I really have to talk about this whole Steve Kerr sort of love affair with Pods. And I'm sure you both saw, and tell me if you haven't seen, and I'll see it, his reaction to Will Richard and his reaction to Pods' step back 3. Jake, have you seen it? Zach, have you seen it?
No.
Yeah.
You haven't, Jake. Okay, well then let me give you a little context.
Kerr's reaction?
Kerr's reaction to Will, the bad pass by Pods, and then the step back by Pods that he missed to try to win the game. Anyhow, Pods recently threw a very bad pass to Will Richard on a fast break and just started going irate at Will Richard after this. And it was odd, and anybody watching it doesn't understand it. And he went immediate to the podium and sort of backpedaled and said, I was a little confused in real time. I thought he threw a behind the back pass, and so I was mad at what he was doing. But my God, you do not, go check the tape. A level of irate that does not happen very often with a player. It's like, it reminded me of the way you used to see Popovich yell at Duncan every once in a while, almost like when he was trying to make a point to like show everyone. And then you got him freaking the day before telling you he absolutely loved Pods taking that step back in crunch time while USA was getting ready to beat the DR. And it was one of the most pathetic, ugly, predictable, guaranteed missed shots you could possibly take. Pods does not have a step back jumper in his bag in any way. And he goes out there, bricks it, and they asked Kerr about it, and he literally says, I loved it. He wasn't quick enough to tell you he loved Pods' take. And he loved that Pods went for the throat. And I'm just here to ask both of you. This has nothing to do with ripping Kerr. I'm not ripping Kerr right now. I am, but I'm not. I just want one of you to tell me what the fuck is going on. What world are we in? Why is this happening right now? Why is there
Steve Kerr is a racist, Artie. He's a racist.
No, really? Why is there a new story every day that you can add to this freaking story? Like every day there's a new chapter. He makes a new chapter. I don't get it.
Well, I think in general, Kerr is very, he's over it, dude. He's just like disenchanted. You can tell by his body language and his interviews and stuff. He seems worn out, seems tired. But then to your point, randomly, Pods is the guy who makes him happy. I don't know.
What happened? What is going on with this love
affair? A Pods step back three is the death nail for the Warriors. Every time I see that shit, it drives me insane. He never hits those. It's like an automatic. Huh?
Have you heard Kerr talk about that shot?
No.
The guy could not be. You need to go find it. The guy gives it 15 seconds.
Never seen a guy.
Guy closed.
Hang on. Sorry to break up your Warriors roundtable, and you guys are doing your thing, and I don't even want to really interject. I just have to interject on this note. If Jake hasn't seen that, it is a guy that has never been more thrilled with an awful decision that I've ever seen in my entire life. The guy said absolutely what I wanted him to do. Oh, go for the jugular. Go for the throat. Yeah, take that. Great shot. And according to Artie, and I haven't watched enough Warriors basketball to be able to tell you whether or not that was a dumb shot or not, Artie said that's the last thing that you would want as a Warriors fan. Anyways, I'll just leave that there and then let you go, Jay.
Yeah, I cringe every time I see Pods step back and launch a triple. So I got to see this clip. I have no idea why.
And I was told to check out Kerr on Tommy.
Well, just so you know, today, it's literally Kerr.
Check out that clip.
It's Kerr telling the people that it was the best thing that could have ever happened. He was like, loved it. Went for the throw. Had to do it. Great decision.
Is he just fucking around?
Couldn't have agreed with it more.
Oh, he's not trolling at all. He absolutely loved it.
No, I don't think so.
I think he actually loved it. Didn't want to set it up. Loved that we went for the jugular. It's exactly. Loved the shot. Loved the selection. It was unbelievable. And then literally the next day, another thing you haven't seen yet. You got to check this out. Pods throws the ball about 6 feet in front of Will Richard. Will Richard hustles it down, saves it, and then they get back on D. A 3-point shot gets hit, and you got to watch the way he just rips into Richard. He's just on, and Pods has his arm around Richard, saying something in his ear. I hope he's saying, what he does. Hopefully he's telling my bad. I don't know what he is. We're getting told we got to check Tommy Tolbert's show today with Kerr because he talked about it. But hindsight is real easy. I'll listen, but I don't think I'll get it. What was he mad that he saved it under his basket? I don't think there's that good an explanation for yelling at Pod. But I'll take a listen and I'll come back here next show and see if I agree. But the case is stacking up against Kerr for being a weird Pod stan. It's hard to pretend that's not true. And the case is stacking up against me for being a Pods hater, right? That might be true too. So I'm not going to sit here and deny that. But there's a whole lot of weird shit going on with the way he's being treated in Golden State.
No, but I'll say this, Art. I'll say this in your defense. You're not a Pods hater. And I don't think that you're a Kerr hater. I think that you've given very rational takes on a ton of this shit. And that, to me, there was 2 different things that happened, right? When I saw that in live time or whatever, and you guys were texting that step back 3 or whatever. But there has to be, to me, there's always something to something, right? If there's a trace of something, if there's fingerprints, or if there's something that leads you to something, I will tell you this: Kerr being that steadfast in saying that was the best shot that could have happened when I'm just watching basketball and I'm like, that's not the shot that you should take. There's something there. Now, I don't care whether or not it's Jonathan Kuminga related or fucking Pods related or whatever. We don't have to bring in Joey Starkey and Artie Dameron. We don't have to fight with Jake Lucas and Zachary Slenderbrook. But there's something there for him to sit there and say that was the best thing that could have happened, because it clearly was not.
And John, I just did a quick Google search, and I hear Kerr's response like, yeah, I guess you could say that. But again, I think the case starts stacking up. What Kerr said was that he thought that Will Richard tried to make like a smooth looking behind the back pass. And in retrospect, that's probably not what happened, but he had made a turnover before and he was pissed at him for not being careful with the ball. And in retrospect, he yelled at the wrong guy and he regrets yelling at the wrong guy. But what a coincidence that you yelled at the wrong guy and Pod was the guy that you were supposed to yell at.
Yeah. Yeah. Where was that defense with Jonathan Kuminga? Where was that defense with Jonathan Kuminga? Which, by the way, Atlanta Hawks 11-game winning streak.
Yeah, no problem. You might have had a couple bad games, but they were a couple W's. The Hawks don't lose with Mr. Kuminga on that roster. Apparently, he's nothing but good vibes over there.
Kuminga doesn't care about stats. He cares about wins.
Even when he's out with an injury.
Let's not forget Zingers in his 30 against the Bullets. That was nice. Or the Wizards, excuse me. I called them the Bullets.
I love that you called them the Bullets. It's been 30 years.
Washington Wizards. Yeah, we all liked our Bullets with Chris Webber and Juwan Howard trying to grind it out. Come on, we loved our Bullets.
Dude, I was
I still have a Michael Jordan Bullets jersey.
Hell yeah, Calbert
He was a wizard, though. He was a wizard. Throwback.
Yeah, he was a wizard. Calbert Cheney was a bullet.
Oh, good point.
I followed Weber, like Zach Barkley and stuff. So Weber on the Bullets was amazing.
How about Tim Legler on the Bullets? That guy was stroking from downtown on the Bullets.
Guy could hit a three. What about, who is it? Calbert Cheney?
Yeah, I just mentioned Cheney. Yep, Cheney.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Legler's one of those guys that got a little too much plastic surgery. Wish he would have let his face age naturally. That guy looks odd.
Go Bullets. Go Bullets.
Go Bullets.
But Rags, I like the Gordon
Don't
Ramsay.
be calling him out, man.
Anyhow, so that was my main.
All right, what else you got, Art?
Nothing. Anybody else got any burning NBA takes they want to share?
I would just say this. I think the Knicks are just waiting for the postseason. I could not be more out on the Cavs. I think it's going to be Thunder, Spurs, Western Conference Finals. I do not believe in the T-Wolves, even though I think if Ant was on the right team, he could take them to like multiple championships, a la like Steph. But it's just not the right squad. Julius Randle and McDaniels, the other guys. Just not going to do it. The Rockets, I could not like. I will bet $1 billion on the Rockets to lose their first round matchup. Kevin Durant is a complete joke. He ruined my son's fandom when he came there and was supposedly going to fix us with Booker and whatever, the guy from the Wizards. Doesn't matter. I'm out on so many teams, and I'm just in on a lot of teams. I mean, those are my NBA like hot takes. I think the Knicks can compete. I think the Cavs are completely out because I don't believe in James Harden at all. And the Pistons, a little finicky. That's like the one team that I couldn't give you a hard take on. But I would say the Knicks for sure in the East, and in the West, I think it's going to be the Thunder and the Spurs. I think, and the Spurs have beaten them 4 out of 5 times in the regular season. So I think the Spurs could sickeningly, as a Suns fan who despises the Spurs and everything they've done with all their cheating championships, Ginobili and all those guys. I think it's going to be Spurs Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. In the East, I think it's going to be the Knicks, and then from there, hopefully the Pistons. I would like Pistons Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics are obviously in a much better place than we thought because Jaylen Brown has come back from his injury a lot quicker and better than we thought that he would. Jason Tatum, yeah. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Anyways, those are my thoughts. I'm pretty much at the point now where I'm just dismissing people. So there's a lot of teams where I'm just like, oh, you lost like that? I'm done with your ass.
It's funny that you're big on the Spurs now, because me and Art were saying that for a while, and you were kind of dismissive. So glad to have you on the Spurs.
Well, I don't want to be. I mean, Jake, just to be clear, I don't want to be big on the Spurs, but I don't really have much of a choice because they're the only ones that have beaten the dog piss out of the Thunder, and I think the Thunder are the creme de la creme. So, if the Spurs make it, they make it. Hopefully, they lose to somebody in the East. I'm rooting for the Knicks, to be honest.
Knicks have no chance.
Dude, so the
That
game
was
you're
a
talking
little
about where
abrupt.
Pods did
That was a
shot the
little
step back
abrupt.
three, that was against the Knicks, right? When they're like 15-point underdogs. Correct?
What was it?
And they were up 30 first half.
No, when Pods shot that three, that was when the Dubs had like 7 guys playing.
Yeah.
Against the Knicks, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like a 14.5-point underdog, and they almost won the game. Imagine if that money line hit. I mean, it was crazy that they actually hung in that game for that one.
And Paz played a good game. He was good. But
I was checking the box score. It was hilarious. You kept doing like Warriors updates to our thread. We were watching, DR versus USA.
Yes. Yeah, I was watching Gee step through up and under. Love me a Gee Santos step through up and under. The footwork on that man is impeccable. God, it's really fun to watch Gee Santos.
What about Cryer? You a big Cryer guy?
I mean, Cryer's the epitome of a guy that only plays when your team's in trouble, and he'll be out of the NBA before we know it. But yeah, I like him.
Dude, there are like 4 names in that box score that I did not recognize.
Yeah, the guy's like 6 feet, I think. Like, trust me, he's not going to stay in the NBA. He'll be gone soon. But I like him. Yeah, plays good. Plays some good ball.
He's a winner.
But yeah, the New York Knicks are not going to win the NBA championship, Zach. So root for a different team in the East to beat OKC, if you will.
Who's your favorite in the East? Don't tell me Cleveland. Cleveland's crap.
Who's my favorite in the East? I probably don't have a real favorite, but it's got to be Atlanta easy. Atlanta's the up and coming rock stars of the East. So, you got Jalen Johnson.
Now you're just trolling.
I'm not
Why do
trolling.
you do this trolling shit? I don't understand.
Oh, I'm not trolling at all. I honestly
You think
right now,
you think the Atlanta Hang on,
I'll tell
hang
you
on.
my 2
You think
favorite
the
teams.
Atlanta Hawks are going to represent?
No. But
No, Zach was asking who's going to win the East.
I know,
Already
but
saying
you
who
gave
his
me a-
favorite team is in the
You gave
East.
me a good opportunity
think-
to talk about a team I like. So I was going to just take the opportunity to talk about Atlanta and the Charlotte Hornets. If you don't like the Charlotte Hornets,
Oh my God.
That's fine. You can talk about them. That's fine. They're not representing the NBA in the finals.
did I get disconnected? Anyhow, if I had to say a team in the East, a team in the East, it's got to be
Celtics, dude.
Boston.
It's all set up for the
Boston's going to be
Celtics, I
there,
think.
and Boston would beat them. Boston will beat OKC. OKC is a bunch of ain't nobody. OKC.
Kerr
Shot
was
plays like a
so
little B.
so
Shot
pissed
is-
off about SGA's free throws. Did you see that?
SGA is a joke. SGA and freaking Jalen Brunson are both jokes. Get out of here. Go somewhere where we watch that shit. Ain't nobody watching that shit. That's why we love Steph Curry. That's why we get to enjoy watching basketball. We don't got little foul baiters that don't play basketball. We actually get to watch real games. Referees are pathetic for not calling it the way they should. Curry, if anything, should be getting better calls, not worse calls. Not only does Curry not know how to, maybe he doesn't know how, but not only does Curry not try to draw fouls, he doesn't even get called when he gets fouled. Meanwhile, you got these pathetic superstars who are like, oh, I'm going to go right, and then I'm going to stop and go a little bit slow to the left, and I'm going to get my shoulder hit, and then I'm going to get a bucket. Like, get out of here with that shit. It's so boring. Anyway, Shai is right in that category, and it's such a pain to listen to.
John Joseph, enjoy that 40 of Mickey's, pal.
Love me a 40 of Mickey's, man. I love me a grenade, a 6-pack of grenades. You get nice 72 ounces of Mickey's. That buzz will really have you going after that 72 banger, and you got trivia all night in front of you. You're out here trying to figure out what your cat's telling you. Nothing better.
Zach Flannery.
72 ounces of.
We drank the most piping hot Mickey's 40s of all time in Healdsburg. It was one of the grossest things I've ever had in my life.
First time Jake ever drank a 40, he was at a park in Berkeley with me and Zachariah and
Ben
Joseph
Liebman.
Flannery. And Ben
Yep,
Liebman.
and he threw up.
A lot of fun.
No Flannery. Hang on.
Back up,
Art.
House,
back up,
bro.
Art. It was. I could tell you the Hang on. I can tell you the location. We were at the park on Spruce Road. It was just me, you, and Jake. And Jake drank a 40 and then threw up.
No, Ben Liebman and Flannery were there.
And he slept at Joe Flannery's house.
Yeah, Bob came in.
No, they were not.
He's like, what the hell are you guys
He slept at their house.
No. We were on the Spruce Park right by my house.
I know we were.
I'm going to text Ben and Joe Flannery to prove you wrong. You're wrong, bud.
Ben just had like back surgery.
What? Leaper?
Yeah.
Good God.
I don't know if I was supposed to say
For
that,
what?
But, I think he came out of it fine.
Sciatica? By the way, I saw Allison at Pete's on Solano. She's an avid listener.
Allison Alter?
Allison Leitman. No, Allison Leitman.
Yeah.
I just got hit with the most.
Didn't you just say Ben had surgery?
Yeah.
You guys checking out the chat? Because what John Joseph did is truly incredible. This man drank 3 64s of Old English.
John Joseph is a savage, dude.
In under 2 hours. That is incredible.
Who?
One of my John Joseph, 3 64s of Old English in under 2 hours for $500. I can do a lot of vicious things with booze, and I could not do that. I can put my arm.
I don't believe that.
Not pull that off.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
7 40s of Mickey's in a day over a long period of time. I thought that was something special.
No, how many? Hang on. That time that we took the picture, Art, at my house, how many old E40s? Didn't you drink 11 or something?
What?
No. I have never. Those were all. We collected those bottles.
When we took that picture?
We collected those bottles and just kept them in your room.
Oh, okay.
My big night of my long jet was about 7+ 40s. The day after I got home from a year away in Australia, you had a barbecue party for me, and we started drinking around 1 or 2, and I was just putting back 40s and Mickey's, and I was just telling you, I'm about to drink 10 40s and Mickey's tonight, and it was pretty incredible, and I was about to do it. I was like, I'm telling you, I'm feeling good. It's not going to, and then Aunt Orpeza freaking rolled through and ruined the night. Just brought a huge blunt.
Oh God!
Clearly, I did not have much more to drink after that. My 740s.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That kind of ended the old day.
One of my early moments also was at the pit. Remember, I had to chug a 40 with a dip in. And
I remember that. Yeah, threw up too.
So bad.
Yeah. I introduced Pete McGuff.
What?
Any of our friends knew who he was in Santa Barbara. They hadn't met him. I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna just come and he's gonna drink a 40 in under 1 minute right when he walks in the room. And then right when Pete got there, I just told him, hey Pete, I told him you can do this. Just do it. You got this, dude. I was like, I know you can do it. I've seen you drink 40s in a minute, man. Just do it. And this guy just walked in, just took that 40 down, and about 48 seconds later, that thing was done, and he was an instant legend. Anyway,
he's amazing. He's one of the best drinkers I've seen. His brother Christos also he would just show up, as the younger brother. We'd be going to a concert or something. He'd just take a handle of like Bullet and just chug half of it instantly. And he was totally fine.
Well, this conversation.
Yeah, I remember one time I was at Jimbo's house. First of all, shout out to all the stories about Jimbo's house, and rest in peace to Mama McDermott. But I remember one time I was there and Jimmy was there, and he's like, hey, fucking Zach, I gotta talk to you about some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta talk to you about this. He's like, look, my brother Peter, he's finna roll over here with like a bunch of dudes from like fucking 9-9, right? So like, we gotta do some shit, right? So they basically challenged us to a fucking 40 contest, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean? He's like, well, we got to take the 40 down as quickly as we can. Anyways, we beat those motherfuckers, and they ended up having to do shit for us, which was amazing because we were way younger or whatever, a couple of years younger. Anyways, yeah, we did some horrible shit. I also remember the night where it was the day before the first day of school, and you motherfuckers all cut class because we went to the football stadium and drank 40s with like whatever, Natalie, Carrie, Robin, fucking everybody. We were all just chilling. Y'all lived a different life than we lived at like Berkeley High and St. Mary's. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it. You know, my wife isn't too happy about what El Cerrito High breeds.
This conversation just got me sad though too. I mean, we just out here talking about names that are gone. You just dropped 3 El Cerrito people just very nonchalantly, 2 of which are no longer with us. So rest in peace, Robin. Rest in peace, Natalie.
I got you.
That's been heavy on my heart for months. That's been really a loss. That
no, I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was just saying like,
yeah. No, I know you weren't. It was just kind of like, damn.
And Jimmy's mom and the Maganeses. I mean, it's been a rough period, but you know, you keep them alive with your memories, and we're talking about fun times.
Yeah, and sure as hell did we have a lot of
100%.
All right, so I think we're gonna skip the word unless you got something. And I would say we start getting ready to close on out. We're at 1 hour and 45 minutes. What say you boys? What you got? Did you have something for the word, Bill? If not, I think we just
No, I just had stuff, and actually, I'm gonna start taking this out of the word. I've been doing the word for like a long time, but like I don't really feel like getting into people's personal relationships is like necessarily something that I should do. So I had a couple of things, but I don't think bringing up relationships is something that I want to do with the word now. So moving forward, I don't really know. It's kind of hard because the majority of the word is shit like, you know, Stephon Diggs having 4 people pregnant at the same time within 4 months, and like, you know, Cardi B shit or like whatever. Like, I mean, but like, I don't know. To me now, I'm just kind of feeling like that's messy and not like the route.
Is that where you're
well, exactly. But like, I'm getting to the point now, and well, I'm just saying, I don't know if it's because I'm old.
Yeah.
But I just feel like now I don't want to do shit like that when it comes to people's personal lives. So like, you can still do general shit, but it's getting harder and harder if you like, because I wouldn't want my personal shit to be fucked with or talked about. So anyways, yeah, no word, man. Unless we have another topic on the agenda, we can just end the whole thing.
All right. Well, I want to thank John Joseph. Man, he's been entertaining as hell on the chat. Rags too.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening. But let's not just piece
holla John Joseph. Everybody,
J. Lou, you got
everybody hit your boy up. $20. I assure you, I'm not a scumbag. Hit me up on Venmo at ZAKARIAH1. What is it? 510? 11? No, ZAKARIAH11 on Venmo. Send me $20. I'll send you the link to the whole. What?
By the way, guys, you are all familiar with KMBR and 95.7. Matt Kolsky is going to join me and Dave Greenstein on Thursday. I think we're going to do like an hour live with him. Also, check out me, Paulie, and AshCon. We did a show last Friday, and I know a lot of you guys were there, but you know, it's rewatchable. It was a good one.
Yeah. I mean, you might not want to rewatch it, although if you do, God bless you. But if you
share it with friends.
If you haven't watched it and you were looking for something to listen to, that was really a fun podcast. I really enjoyed it. And don't miss Thursday's podcast. And we're going to keep on coming to you different times. Every once in a while, you might hear from us. The next thing you know, you might see J. Lou in the morning. You never know when you see someone on there. So we're going to keep trying to give you the content. Join us for the tourney. I got Kansas winning the whole thing. Zach's got St. John. Jake's got UConn. Those are our picks.
Holla. I never said that, but that's fine.
I'm joking. Yeah. Any last words, gents?
Rags does not have Venmo. So good call, Dave. Great rollout of this thing. All right. We'll figure it out, guys. I'll post a link to the March Madness thing because it's very confusing, I think. But anyway, thanks for hanging. See you Thursday.
Sounds good.
Happy St.